morning and welcome to the What's Up News Network being broadcast from Panama City Beach, Florida, the home of the world's most beautiful beaches. I am Jim Free with Jim Free Realty. Please help me out this morning and click on the red subscribe button just below this picture. This morning our thoughts and prayers are with the people of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, the entire North Gulf Coast, especially the east side of the storm. 2 years ago, we were hit by Hurricane Michael, a Cat 5 storm. Just please keep these folks in mind as Hurricane Delta moves in closer to the Gulf Coast. Please keep them in your prayers. The problems will not be over when the storm passes. It takes years to recover. Louisiana and that area have been hit hard this year, and the people need a lot of help. Please keep all the rescue people in your prayers as they're standing by and will start their convoys toward the affected area as soon as the storm has passed. Condo report this morning. We had 4 reports. There were 2 new listings. Had 1 increase in price. We presently have 465 active units. 238 of those are on the Gulf front. It's the lowest I've ever seen in inventory on Gulf front units. Very good news for sellers. Out of those 465 units, we don't have any 5 bedrooms available. In the 4 bedrooms, we have 8 units available, 5 of which are Gulf front units. In the 3 bedroom units, we have 139 units, 46 of those are Gulf front. In the 2 bedroom units, we have 141 units available, 96 are Gulf front units. In the 1 bedrooms, we have 160 units, 77 of which are Gulf front units. And in the studios, we have 17 units available, 14 of which are Gulf front units. Condos sold in the past 30 days. We have had 164 units sold. 102 of those units were Gulf front. We have no 5 bedroom units sold. We had 3 4 bedroom units sold, and all 3 of those were Gulf front units. In the 3 bedrooms, we had 32 units sold, 21 of which were Gulf front units. In the 2 bedroom units, we had 70 units sold, 49 of which were Gulf front units. In the 1 bedroom units, we had 56 sold, 30 were Gulf front units, and then in the studios we had 3 units sold, 1 of which was a Gulf front unit. Moving to the detached single families, we have 207 active units, 18 are Gulf front units. Sold in the past 30 days, 84 units. In the attached single family units, we have 60 active units, 9 of which are Gulf front, and in the past 30 days we have sold 26 of those units, 1 being a Gulf front unit. Now let's move to the COVID-19. First, let's look at the Florida data. We've had a total of 722,707 cases. We've had a total of 15,084 deaths. We've had 45,259 hospitalizations. This morning I got a couple of different views of the cases and deaths. I'll just show those on the screen so you can look at them, but you can see the deaths continue to go down, and I'm still looking to see what the year-end rates are, because I watch the look at the obituary notices every day. One reason I want to see if any of my friends have passed away, and the other reason, make sure I'm not in the notices. I haven't seen any real increase in the number of obituaries, so I'm thinking that a lot of these people who die of other causes are probably labeled as virus cases because they may show some signs of having had it or presently have been exposed to it. So I think a lot of the things where people dying with other things, like if you fell off a 40-story building, and when they did the autopsy, they discovered that you have some signs of the virus, so you're going to go down as a virus fatality. So we'll see. It's a very serious virus, and a lot of people have succumbed to it, and we'll know the data probably next year sometime. Looking at the Bay County data, we have 6,227 positive cases. We've had 114 deaths. We've had 354 hospitalized. And if we break the cases down by gender, we have 3,089 males have died. Females, we've had 3,110. The median age is still around 42. If we break it down by race, there have been 3,519 whites test positive, 623 blacks test positive. Others are 854, and unknown is 1,105. On the local news scene, if you've been around, driving around Bay County anytime in the last year, you've probably seen a fellow standing out with signs saying love and peace. And this is a story about him and his friend. The message being sent by DeCaris Hunter, the Spread the Love guy, and his friend Angel Belcher. They're both of Chipley. The two are selling bracelets in support of our law enforcement. Both Belcher and Hunter plan to travel to Washington, D.C. very soon for a Back the Blue rally. Ahead of the event, they're selling rubber bracelets with navy blue decals to gain support. Their goal is to spread the message that not all law enforcement officers are the same. If you want a bracelet, they cost $3 each. He says he has a ton of them. Just send him a message. You can text him at 850-257-6520 if you would like to get a bracelet and support the movement, he said. Hunter says he will be selling the bracelets in the Panama City Mall throughout the week. If you can't meet him there, you'll probably see him on the street somewhere. So thanks so much for Back the Blue program. I'd like to tell you a short story of me experiencing sheer terror and a good Samaritan that came to my aid. I spent over 35 years in law enforcement. I've been a pilot since 1975. I love sports, like rappelling, and after I retired, I decided I wanted to take up horseback riding. I was raised on a farm and had rode horses in my youth, but did not have any formal training. I decided to start out slow and picked what I thought was a gentle horse. I mounted the horse unassisted. The horse immediately sprang into action. It gallops along at a steady and rhythmic pace, but I started sliding from the saddle. I had always thought I was fearless, but suddenly I was out of control. I tried to grab the mane, but couldn't seem to get a grip. I then tried to wrap my arms around the horse's neck, but I continued to slide down the horse's side. The horse galloped along, seemingly impervious to its sliding rider. Finally, as my grip gives way, I tried to leap from the horse and throw myself to safety. Unfortunately, my foot became entangled in the stirrup, and I am now at the mercy of the horse as my head pounds the ground over and over and there is no indication that the horse is going to stop. Fortunately, just moments from unconsciousness, Bill, the Walmart greeter, saw what was going on and unplugged the horse. Thank you, Bill. There is much news this morning. I could talk about the debates. I could talk about the revelation that Hillary Clinton started the Russian hoax and President Obama and Biden knew about it and did nothing to stop it and might have promoted it. I could talk about General Flynn and how the Obama-Biden administration destroyed his reputation and career over not his lies, but their lies. I could talk about how James Comey and the highest echelon of the FBI corrupted the FBI, and the agents and analysts that were assigned to work on the Flynn case knew their supervisors at the FBI were having them to do something against policy and procedure. They bought liability insurance to cover them. This was when this was exposed. About the dirty politics, about that had permeated the Mueller investigation, how the Democrats want to pack the Supreme Court and make the District of Columbia and Puerto Rico states so they can add 4 more senators. What do you think will happen to the Second Amendment when this happens? I could talk about the bias of Judge Sullivan in the Flynn case. But what I want to talk about this morning is I want to address the millions of Christian parents, grandparents, and even great-grandparents. I would like for you to imagine the children you love, your grandchildren, or perhaps some of you have great-grandchildren. I think most of us believe that those children are a miracle from God. Now imagine that child or children that you love so much is in their mother's womb, and someone puts a suction tube to the mother's womb and prods the child. The child starts moving, its tiny arms and legs trying to move away from the tube, but there is nowhere for it to go, and they lose the battle as chunks of their small body is pulled apart and sucked out the tube and then placed in a pan so a technician can make sure all the parts of what was a child has been removed. Over 60 million children lost that fight because they had nowhere to escape and there was no one there to help them. They like to tell us that these children cannot feel pain. I believe they can. And I know the children try to escape. They try to move from the tube, but they have nowhere to go. We can't put all the blame on others. Even though we weren't active participants in abortion of these children, we may not be guilty by commission of the act, but we are guilty of omission to act. Candidate Biden said if Roe v. Wade is overturned, he will pass legislation to make abortion the law of the land. Candidate Harris said she will always support the woman's right to abortion, apparently disregarding the children's right to life. We can make a difference. It's time to go vote in many states. I just ask you to pray, think, and then vote. Thanks for watching this morning. Until we meet again, may God bless you, your family, and this great nation that we live in.